Hello, Gali.
Hello, hello. We're back.
We are back. Yes. How are you?
Very, very good. How's it going?
Very good. My coffee is here. You are with me. Life is perfect.
Mwah. Yes, life is good. I'm in the US for everybody watching. I'm in the US and you're in Cape Town.
Yes, I'm in
Yeah.
Cape Town in heaven.
Heaven, exactly. Cape Town is heaven. I miss it.
Yes, it's definitely heaven.
Yes. So first of all, for everyone that's on, we see Facebook user. Hello, hello. We can't see your name, by the way. So definitely feel free to add your name with your comments. For some reason, we can't see the name on the comments here on our program.
Yeah,
But
it says
hello to
Facebook
everyone
user.
joining.
Yeah.
Yeah, it
Hello.
says Facebook
Hello.
user. And if you would like, feel free to share this on your Facebook timeline so that your friends can also join and tune in, because today's subject is actually a super useful, super powerful subject in general that everyone can use. And I'm looking forward to getting into it. I see that Punam says hello, Mayor, and hello, Gal. So
Hi, hi.
occasionally we see names. Occasionally we don't. Harold from Switzerland. Hello, Harold.
Hello. And I suggest maybe that you start a watch group on Facebook so your friends can actually join. If you start a watch group, they can join.
Yeah, fantastic. That's
And we
great.
should be also on Instagram. Gali, do you see me on
Yeah,
Instagram?
I checked, and I think that we're streaming live on Instagram. Let me just double check. I looked earlier.
And is
Yeah,
it
we're
go-
on. We're on. It looks good. It's perfect. It's perfect.
Okay. Hi, Monica. I see Monica. I see another Facebook
Hello.
user. Yes. Okay, great.
Awesome.
Let's
Okay, so
start.
let's dive in. So the subject for today is one that everyone obviously can benefit from, or has needed in the past, or runs into, or can give advice to others on. And the whole subject is on under the topic of relationships in general, which, by the way, it's relationships of any kind. It can even be a friendship, and it can be a love relationship or a working relationship. And under relationships, we have the subject of forgiveness, the subject of apology, the subject of what to do when you did something wrong, how to recover from that, how to rebuild the relationship. So that's really the nutshell of the subject. And I have some questions for you about it. And I want to kind of just start and kind of build on the questions.
Yeah, I think
And
you're frozen for. Oh, here you are. You are back. Okay.
I'm back. Okay. Did you hear me what I said or no? Or did I cut
Yeah, I
out?
heard you. Yeah, I heard you. You were just
Okay.
picture was
Just the
frozen.
image? Okay, got you. So let's start with the first question, which I would say, you have an issue in a relationship, and it just like it something goes wrong. And now what do you need to cure that? How do you cure a relationship that has become unhealthy, or has become sick, or has a problem? How do you cure?
Kill the other side. No.
Yeah, that's it. Problem
That's
solved.
it.
Yeah.
So actually, what you need is a decision.
Yeah.
What you need is a decision. And a
Okay.
decision is something really interesting, because what kind of decision is that you need? You need a decision to forgive yourself for becoming an effect and being stuck on that for so long. What do I mean? Let's say me and you arguing. Well, that cannot be. But let's say me and someone else arguing.
Yeah.
I argue with someone else, okay? Now, both of us are in effect.
Right.
Both of us are in effect. Both of us are in effect. What do I mean both of us are in effect? Because I'm effect, what I see is not what actually happening.
Mm-hmm.
And because you are in effect, what you see is not what actually happening. So you've got two blinds that are arguing about who can see.
Yes. Okay.
So the first thing you need is a decision to stop blaming the other side, because the moment that you stop blaming the other side, you become cause.
Mm-hmm.
You actually start to see, and at that moment, you forgive yourself for being so stupid and trying to blame someone else for your condition.
I see. Okay, so you're saying the first step to cure the relationship is, of course, you need to handle yourself and forgive yourself, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, but then
You need to do that. You need to do that. And you need to forgive yourself. And of course, by that, immediately you forgive the other side.
right.
And when you forgive the other side, you allow them to take responsibility.
Yeah, I got you for sure.
Because
So, but then
as long as you push, they will intend to push. But the moment that you stop pushing, they will have nothing to push against. And at that moment, you help them by you
yes,
becoming close. So the basic law is that while it takes two to create a fight, it takes only one to solve it, because all you have to do is to forgive yourself for lying to yourself and saying that you were an effect. He did something to me is always a lie.
yeah, I see. I understand. And that's super powerful. But then the question naturally is, so what is forgiveness? Like, how do you define what is true forgiveness? What does that even mean to forgive? If you forgive yourself, I mean, what does it mean?
Yeah, most of the people think that what you try to do when you forgive someone is to solve a crime. Like if I want you to, if I need to forgive you, it means by me forgiving you, I'm solving your crime. It's not.
Okay.
And it's not that you've done something bad to me, you committed a crime, and now when I forgive you, I actually solve the crime. There's not crime. No, no. It is forgiveness is just a decision to move from a position of effect to a position of cause. Of cause. Forgiveness do not mean forgiving. Forgiveness do
You mean
not mean
forgetting? It doesn't mean forgetting.
yes, it doesn't
Yeah,
mean
yeah,
forget.
yeah, yeah.
It doesn't mean that it didn't happen. It doesn't mean any of those things. It just means that I made a decision that from now on, I'm cause. That's all. When I forgive yourself, when I forgive you, it happened because first I forgive myself.
Yes, yeah.
Forgive myself first for being stuck in the past. Once I manage to do that, then of course I've got nothing against you. So of course I forgive you. And because of that, you can forgive you. And all of a sudden you have two people that are cause, and the end result is always amazing.
Okay, got you. So let's take an example of something somewhat neutral, not too extreme, but let's say that someone stole money in a working relationship. Okay, it's not nothing huge, but just some money was stolen. It wasn't okay. That's the issue. Okay, and you go to your let's say your employee or your business partner, and you say, "Look, you stole money," and you're upset with them, and this is the issue. So now, if the idea is, if I forgave them, first of all, normally you would think if I forgive the other side, it means we end it. I'm gonna say, you know what, we're letting it go. What's done is done. I don't hold it against you any longer, right?
No.
I mean, that's the typical way. I'm just saying. So
Yeah.
what's the difference? What would
When you forgive you, all you do is you stop empowering your negative thoughts.
yeah.
Stop empowering the past. And when you end cycle for yourself on the past, you now become sane and you can handle. So if we take the example that you gave, someone steal from me $100, I can handle it in two ways. Number one, get upset, punch him, shoot him, throw him into jail, make him wrong, making wrong. The only reason I'm doing it is because I've done something similar to that before.
Yeah.
Okay. The only reason I'm doing it because I'm dramatizing something that I've done before. Okay. But if I actually see that and I say, okay, good. So first of all, I understand he stole from me $100. From his viewpoint, I'm sure he's right. Okay. 100%. From his viewpoint, it's justify his right. So me telling him that he's wrong, not going to help, because if you are 100% sure that you are right, and I'm now telling you that you are wrong, basically what I'm doing, I'm actually pushing you to push even more the urge to be right.
Yes, yeah.
You
So
understand?
if you tell me I'm wrong, I will
You
try to
will
be
want
even
to
more
be
right.
more. Exactly. So I fix you more in the bad condition. Okay.
Okay.
Now, if I come and I say, okay, fine. So I forgive the action. I know that you want to do something, that you're trying to do the best from your viewpoint, even if the result is bad. But I know you try, and I'm not going to fall into being an effect. I forgive myself for being an effect, even for a second. So when I look at that and I come to you and I say, okay, so you stole $100, and I know you stole it, and now I don't want to tell you that you are wrong. I don't want to tell you that you are right. I want you to look at that and I want you to think, would you want someone else to do it to you?
Mm-hmm.
And the guy now have two options. Number one, he said, no, I didn't steal.
Right.
And number two, he say, yes, I did steal. And the moment that he say, I did steal, he will start to justify it.
Okay.
And all you have to do is to be very, very, very patient and ask him to tell you more why, and acknowledge him. And at one point,
Wait,
there will
why
be
what?
why did you do
Why?
it?
Oh,
Yeah,
why
why
did you do
did
it?
you do it? So he will tell
Okay.
you, like, I saw it because you said that this and this and that. And I said, okay, fine, tell me more. And blah, blah, blah. And you just ask, tell me more, tell me more, tell me more, tell me more, tell me more. And at one point, he will say, yes, I know it's not right, but I had to do it. Perfect. He took some responsibility.
Yeah.
Okay. And you tell him, okay, good. So I understand. What do you want to do about it? Now, you have to be exterior to that game. You understand?
Yeah.
If I'm feeling that I've been cheated, if you come to me and let's say you stole $100 and I feel that I've been cheated, then I tell you, you stole $100, and you tell me, no, you stole from me. Tell me something like that.
Yeah, no, you stole from me first. You actually took $100 before.
And I would say, no, I never stole from you $100. This is nonsense. You are lying. Now we are fighting, yes?
Yeah.
But if I tell you stole $100 and you told me you stole from me, tell me.
No, you stole $100 from me before. I just took it back.
I understand. Okay. So tell me about about all the reasons of why you stole from me.
Oh, so should I give you examples?
Yes. Yeah. Give me
Yeah.
all the reasons why you stole from me.
Well, first of all, you originally stole the 100 from me.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I actually didn't steal. I took it back.
I understand. Tell me more.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's the main thing, is I just took the money that was actually due to me back. It wasn't, I don't even consider it stealing.
Okay, I understand. Very good. Would you want someone else to do it to you, or would you prefer someone else to come and talk to you and come to an agreement? Now, what I'm trying to show you, the one is I'm arguing with you, and the other one I'm handling you.
Yeah.
A totally different viewpoint. The one, I'm becoming part of the fight, and the other one, you're fighting with yourself, and I'm trying to help you to resolve the fight that you have with yourself. Because if you have an explanation for something, you're fighting with yourself.
Right. Yeah, true.
Okay.
Yeah,
so
true.
the key is you need to end cycle for yourself, and by that allow the other side to take responsibility. And he will not take any responsibility before you end cycle for yourself.
Got you. So forgiveness, it's always the guy that was wronged or the girl that was wronged is the one, of course, that does the forgiving. But on the other, sorry,
actually, the person that the wrong done to him, yes,
that's what I mean. Yeah.
Usually think that he needs to forgive the other side. No,
correct.
He needs to forgive himself.
Okay.
If you forgive yourself, the other guy will take responsibility, and at that moment there will be nothing to forgive.
Okay,
because forgiving make the action bad, and when you make someone else bad, never mind how justified, he will sit with that forever and ever and ever, and 20 lifetimes later he will come to you and he will tell you, remember that? I was right. If you're married,
true.
you know that.
Yeah. True, true. But the thing is, people like to hear that they were forgiven. It for them, it's like, okay, thank you for forgiving me for what I did wrong. You
Yeah,
know?
no
So,
problem. That's if someone asks if you apologize.
okay, so let's talk about that. Because that
Yeah.
was actually the next part of it. Because I was, there's the one who was wrong, then there was the one who did the wrong, and the one that
Mhm.
did the wrong comes to apologize, right?
Yeah.
And
Now,
so
once
what?
you
Yeah,
decide to apologize, it's something. Now, if I'm not blaming you, I'm not asking you for. I'm not telling you, look, you've done wrong. You've done wrong. But for me, I forgive myself for getting stuck in the past, and I'm now handling you, not making you wrong. At
yeah,
one point, you will want to apologize because you feel that you've done an injustice. You'll feel that you've done an injustice. Okay, so apology is something that come after you realize that you've done something wrong. At that moment, you have this urge to apologize, and basically what you say, look, I admit I did something wrong. That's the first thing that you will do. The second thing that you'll do, you will express regret. You'll say, look, it's not okay. I caused this damage. I've caused this damage. I've caused this damage. And you will ask me for a release.
yeah,
Yes.
totally.
And by me saying, okay, fine, not a problem, apology accepted, I released you from that.
Yes,
Okay. The moment that I release you from that, if it's done properly, you will take even more responsibility and you will want to make up the damage.
true. I can see that for
You need to
sure.
do it correctly because most of the time when a person apologizes, because if I'm not handled, if I didn't handle myself, I would say, well, she didn't apologize enough. It wasn't genuine.
Right.
It wasn't in the right way. She apologized, but her left eye was half closed. Whatever, all kind of
Yeah.
nonsense. Yeah?
Yeah. She didn't
The
really
truth
mean
is,
it or
she
whatever.
didn't really mean it. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So basically, what you need to do is to understand that apology is apology. You accept it exactly as the person give it. And it's a gradient scale. The more you accept it, the more he will take responsibility. And the moment that you don't accept the apology, regardless of what reason, you now hold a grudge again. You lost the position of being cause and you become effect. And again, every action that you do from that moment forward will be incorrect.
I see.
Every action.
So, okay. So, wait, that's an important thing. So, the first principle is you accept the apology no matter the form it was given. So, what
Yeah.
if the person says to you, okay, I'm sorry. Fine. You want to hear it? I'm sorry. There. You like it? There. You heard it. And
Thank
it's
you.
not
Thank
even
you.
a,
It's not even true, but it's something, yes? And you say,
yeah,
okay, thank you very much. I really appreciate it. I really appreciate it because not many people actually can apologize. And the fact that you apologize, it's a big thing. And I really thank you for that. And for me, the moment that you decided that you want to apologize for me, I'm not asking you to apologize, yes? You
yeah,
understand? I'm not asking, I'm not forcing to apologize. Usually, when someone will act like that and say, you know what, fine, apology, fine, you got it, it's because I forced him.
true.
But
Yeah,
if
fine.
but if I forgive first, apologize on what? If I
Yeah,
forgive you first, there's nothing to apologize. But if I forgive you and you really realize that I forgive you, that is nothing. I'm not pushing against you. You will want to apologize. And when you
yeah,
will want to apologize, it will never be, okay, fine, good, fine, okay.
true. That's
It will
true.
not be this kind of thing. Yes?
Right. Yeah,
So
yeah,
if that happened, it means that this earlier step was messed up. You put the
yes.
person in the corner and you have to apologize now. It's not an apology, it's basically something else.
Got you. Okay, so I have another question about it, but just to understand the sequence. So someone, let's take our example of someone stole money from you in your business. So the first step that you do is you forgive, but yourself. You forgive yourself for even holding on to it, for putting yourself in this position of effect, like, oh, something happened to me, and you go into this thing. First of all, let it go for yourself and go
Yeah,
back to
nothing. You
cause.
cannot. You're not so powerful that you can hurt me. That's number
Right.
one.
That's the viewpoint. Like that guy didn't do anything. He stole
No one
something
can do
like,
anything to me, and no one can do anything to me. The only person that can do anything to me is me.
okay, got you. So that, yeah, so your point, put this point of view of, first of all, let me get back to cause, right?
Yes, number
Okay.
one, because otherwise I'm insane.
100%. Okay, so you go back to cause, you forgave yourself, which naturally you released the problem. You're not naturally, I should say the next step would be to release and not push against the problem, and to go to the other person with the viewpoint of, I want to communicate with this person and just handle it, but
Yeah,
not in a way of
understanding, basically, because if you come to him and you say, look, I know it happened, and it's okay, it's fine, I understand it happened, I just understand it happened. It's not that I'm saying that it's okay. I'm not telling him continue to shoot me. I'm not telling him to continue to steal from me. I say, I know, and now I'm handling him, and I'm not letting it go. But my viewpoint is, I'm going to help you, because I see you doing some kind of a drug that's called stealing, and I don't want you to continue on that drug, and you don't want to continue on that drug, and I know 100% you're good. You don't want it. How do I know? Because you justify it. If you justify it, I know for sure you know that it's wrong.
right. Yeah.
100%, no question. And the louder you justify, the more you know it's wrong, and the more it's hidden from you.
Yes.
You
Yeah.
talk to
True.
someone, and he start to justify, and you say, well, yes, I didn't mean blah, blah. It means that, okay, he's justifying it, but he still has some kind of smell of something is wrong. There's something there in the ether that tell him something is wrong. It's not exactly clear. A person that don't know that anything wrong will tell you, no, it's not wrong. How can you do that? You always do that, and he will go crazy. You know. Okay.
So wait, the person that goes crazy is what?
He's wrong, but he doesn't know. It's so justified that for him, he doesn't know. He's totally blind. And from now on, his life going down and down and down and down, and he will get worse and worse and worse. And your job as a human being and as a friend is to help him to stop this deterioration.
Yeah.
So who cares? He stole $100 from you. You say, thank you for stealing the $100, because now I know where's your problem, and I know how to help you. That's my viewpoint.
Yeah.
Thank you for stealing. Now I want to help you. Now, if I don't want to help him, and it's my decision, I'm going to. No, I'm not. It's not fun for me. I'm not going to help him. Fine, not a problem. Take it as a game. But if normal situation is, okay, I'm going to help this guy. Fine. Right. Thank you for showing me what's the problem. You just told me what it is. This is your way to communicate to me what your problem is, and I'm going to help you.
Yes, exactly. Okay, got you. So yeah, I understand. So now you have this person who, you have this person, they've stolen. Now you forgave yourself. You put yourself back at cause. You're now approaching this person with the idea of, I am here to understand you, to help you, to handle this. And and just for our example, it's someone that you consider a friend or someone you've worked with. I mean, you have a care for them. We can take extreme examples later or whatever, but the idea is that the average situation, so you want to help them because they've done something against you in this relationship.
Yeah, you decide I'm going to help them, and you can do that only if you first forgive them, because if you don't forgive them,
but wait, you need to forgive yourself and then them?
Yeah, you need to forgive yourself, and by that, immediately, they have nothing, they cannot do anything wrong. And if you don't do that, and you go and now make sure that you help them, what you do is you say, okay, fine, I actually did not forgive me. I did not forgive me, so I don't forgive them. And what you actually do is a kind of, you say, from now on, I'm going to drink a poison every day in an effort to kill the other person.
Right. It's drinking poison. It's shooting yourself in the foot.
Yes.
Every time in an effort to stop them or to whatever.
Yes.
So I see.
It's really fascinating.
It is. So, okay. So if I'm going to I forgive myself, then I forgive.
They're
By
not
forgiving myself, I automatically forgave them. Now,
Yeah,
but they
because
don't
there's
know
nothing.
that. But they didn't
Yeah,
hear that from me.
they don't need to know that, because once you forgive yourself, they didn't do anything wrong from your viewpoint. What they have is something that is faulty with them. They need help, and you want to help them now. It's a totally different viewpoint. It is, am I coming as a doctor to help you, to cure you, to with the problem that you have, or am I coming as a judge
Got
to
you.
put you in jail?
Yes, I see. I see. I see. So the idea is that if I understand, or the way I would look at what you said is, the guy stole $100 from me, but by me forgiving myself and therefore them, I can approach the situation almost like it's a friend that came and told me about, I need help with me stealing from someone else. How would I handle
Exactly.
that? Even though it was to me, but I don't even
Exactly.
consider it a thing. I'm like coming externally to help them as if it was a problem irrelevant to me. And now I'm going to help them out.
Exactly. That's what will happen, because otherwise, what happen is the amazing thing is that when you forgive yourself, what do you do actually? You say, I forgive myself for committing similar sins against other people. So now I can help him.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Do you
Yes.
understand?
Yeah. Yeah. I see.
And
So
immediately you're starting to make up the damage, because when you help him, you make up the damage for society, because it will be back to those other people that you committed sins against.
yes. Yes. I see. Got it. I got it. So, by the way, I see a lot of people writing, and I'm going to respond to everyone just in a moment. I want to keep the train of thought going, but I see that somebody asked, "Forgive myself for what?" And you kind of mentioned it now. You're
Yeah,
forgiving yourself for the previous sins, but I think that there's also the other aspect of even just which is a previous sin, but even forgiving yourself for being the effect, for
exactly.
putting
Because
yourself in a position of I'm a victim of the situation. Forgive yourself for that because now you need to become cause again.
yeah, if I always said that if you want to really insult me, tell me that you did something against me, because basically
Right.
what I say, you are so powerful and I'm so useless.
Yeah.
No one can do anything against me other than me. No one.
Right.
That's the viewpoint. And with
Yeah.
that viewpoint, anything that happened is me. And if anything that happened is me, then I can fix anything, because if I broke it, I can fix it. It's
Exactly.
me.
Right.
Because before you can break something, you need to make it.
Mm-hmm.
You cannot break something that has not been created. And if you are everything, you create. So you always create before you break. So if you break, it means that you can recreate. It's not a problem.
Yes. Yeah. 100%. Totally. I love that viewpoint, and I think that that's in general when something. I mean, that's the first step you should take when you feel like someone's been wrong. Easier said than done, I think, but it's something to start practicing
Yeah.
or to think
Yeah.
with that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So let's see what the comments are here, and we can kind of catch up because I saw a lot of nice words coming through. And by the way, some people we can see your name, and for some people, for some reason, we don't see it, just as Facebook user. But Luciana had asked the question and then said, got it. And I see amazing. And someone said powerful, really great, love it. Pedro said so true. Let's see here. I think that it's not letting me scroll further down, but I just saw a lot of very nice things coming through as we were chatting. So thank you guys for writing in.
Yeah.
Okay, so now what if the other side can't apologize? So you have a problem, the guy stole from you, and yes, you forgave yourself and you did those steps, but the guy is in that situation of just like, you get what I mean?
Yeah. If he
He's
cannot
now,
apologize,
no, bro, has nothing.
if he cannot apologize and you are cause, you can apologize for him. Because what you're doing, if you will wait for his apology, you may wait for a long time. And now, for as long as you wait for this apology that may never arrive, you're stuck in your life.
Yes.
So if you want an apology and he didn't give it to you, first of all, why do you want apology? But let's say you want, give the apology from him to you. You give to you the apology from him. He cannot, I can.
Okay. So you can, and that's part of forgiving yourself, and stepping away and releasing from the situation. But I mean, it sounds good, but in reality, let's say a big one in a relationship is you were cheated on. Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
And let's say it's a common unfortunate issue, and somebody cheats. Okay. Now you have this situation, and let's say the wife was cheated on, and now the guy keeps, let's just say, cheating, but he doesn't want to apologize. And so she's like, I'll apologize for him. But in the meantime, she continues to get cheated on. So what do you do with that?
You handle yourself.
Okay.
I know it sounds crazy. I know it sounds crazy.
It
I know it
does,
sounds
yes.
crazy. I know. If you handle yourself, he will not be able to do anything to you. I know it's very high level of responsibility, and it's almost not practical. But first of all, that's the truth. Okay?
Okay.
That's the truth. Okay. Now, what do you do? What do you do if something like that happen? Let's say the other person do something bad, and it's you cannot forgive yourself for being upset, etc. You have to decide that whatever you do, you're going to do because you want to help that being. He cannot do anything for you. He can go and cheat until tomorrow. He kills himself, and you want to help him because he kills himself, not because it kills you. Most of the people feel if she cheated me, it kills me. No. If I will have the viewpoint that if she cheated me, it kills her, now I would want to help her. It's like if I see my son doing drugs, okay, and stealing money from me. The problem is not the money. The problem that he's killing himself with doing drugs.
Yeah.
So I don't care about the money. I don't care about the fact that she cheated me. It's really not really important. What's important is that she's killing herself. And if I'll have that viewpoint of, I want to help that being, you will see that care at the beginning will faced with, like it's unreal. Yeah. And if you would really use that thing correctly, which means you use force and intelligence, and you put it in, and you really get the person to listen, I'm here to help you. 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 He will start from time to time to realize maybe he does want to help me. And he will start to open up. And if you don't make them wrong, and you allow them to be open, and you don't make them wrong, the other person will open a bit more, and a bit more, and a bit more, and a bit more. And the beautiful thing that will happen is that, and that most people don't understand, that you will realize he really or she really don't want to do it. She just cannot control that. She's just cannot control it. She decide, I will not do it, but she's doing it again. I will not do it. You there, you're helping her, you're helping her, you're helping her. She will realize, okay, fine, I don't need that. Yeah. It's degrading to me. She will decide something, or he will decide something, and you will see it in that moment. You not only stop the cheating, because who cares? So she cheat, fine. That's really not an issue. The point is, you save that other being, but more importantly, you show to yourself that you are cause of anything. And if you get upset and you show to yourself that you are an effect of the smallest thing. Because, okay, she cheated you, fine, so what?
I get it, and I know, and I get that that's the truth of the matter, 100%. But most people don't have the tools or the mental advancement to be so bulletproof against that kind of a situation where it's just like, oh, whatever, it bounced off me, So
it doesn't bounce off me. It is, I understand them. If a person don't have hands, okay, and you sit in front of him and say, drink coffee, and pick up the coffee, and he cannot pick the coffee. Will you get upset with him once you realize he doesn't have hands?
No,
not really.
Of course, no, you wouldn't.
Yeah, but if you do, you will be totally insane. Yes.
Right. That's 100%.
Now, assume that lady that cheated you, okay, don't have hands. She cannot pick up the handbrakes when she needs to. Yes, she doesn't have the hands. She doesn't know how to handle it.
Okay.
If you understand that that's the whole problem and it's nothing to do with you and it's not blah blah blah, it's just she doesn't have. Now you will want to help her. True, from a 30 minutes interview, it's not going to totally change everything, but the possibility of maybe I can, because anyone that hear that have this, maybe I can, because it's actually the ideal situation. This is the correct viewpoint. Maybe I cannot do that, but if I could, it will be good. Now, how do you get to that? Of course, you need to learn. That's why we put together the fundamentals. And the fundamentals are there in order to move you from a position of effect to a position of cause, from a position that you're afraid, and so try not to die, to a position that you're willing to win and lose with the same level of enthusiasm. And so you live from a position of being unhappy to a position of being happy, from a position of being punched by life to a position of punching life, from a position of crying to the position of making people laugh. That's the fundamentals. Because it's really, once you do the fundamentals, life is lived by you, and otherwise you're trying not to die. You're not actually living. That's the truth. And there's so many red lines for people. I'm willing to, people start like that in life. Well, you're a child and everything is okay. And then someone lied to you and you say, well, this is a red line from now on, and no one will lie to me. Of course, when I lie, it's not a lie, it's a white lie, because I painted myself, yes? So, and then you say, well, no one will be late. Okay, so that's the next red line. Of course, when I'm late, I wasn't late, I was delayed. Yes.
Traffic.
Yes, I was delayed. And then you say, well, no one will cheat me. If someone cheat me, this is a red line. Of course, when you're cheating, you don't cheat. You had a good reason. You cheat because, yes, so you have a good reason. So it's not cheating, yes? She was blonde. It's different, yes? So, and you put so many red lines around you that you put the fence around you of you cannot move. And one day you find yourself controlled by red lines. And all those red lines are from the past and they have nothing to do with now. So all your attention is on this mustn't happen, and this mustn't happen, and this mustn't happen, and this mustn't happen. So nothing happened to you in life because everything is what mustn't happen.
Right, totally. No, you see that. For example, even with the podcast that Mariah and I do, which is about relationships, and one of the things that we speak about, which so many people have the shift of viewpoint, is everybody's looking for this perfection in another person because they have all these deal breakers and like red lines and things that can't be, and then they find themselves with no one. And nothing. That's just you. And then we speak about, look, if you get 60%, a little bit more than half, you've got the jackpot of, you have a list of things that you want. 60% of it is what fulfills your list. You should be super happy because everybody has their things, right? So you can't, that idea that you have these lines completely stops you from any progress. And forget about relationships, it evolves into life.
Any lines that you have is actually an area that you decided of no responsibility. If you say I must have blonde and not red hair, you have something wrong with blondes. If you say she must be nice, you have a problem with you not being nice somehow. All this requirement is saying that I cannot create. They have to come ready.
Yes,
Really, what you
exactly.
said is,
Yeah.
I cannot create. They must come ready. And I'm saying, relationship? No, I created. You come as you want. Don't worry, I'll fix you. How? By fixing me.
Hmm.
It's not
Yeah.
that I will change you. I'll fix me, and the magic will happen.
Right. Right. I
Yeah.
love that. 100%.
So there's
100%.
no there's no real red lines and there's no real expectations. It's just a game. It's a relationship. It's a game. It's
Yeah.
a game of let's see how can I maximize your relationship, your potential.
Yeah.
And if
Yeah.
you play the same game, let's see how can I maximize your potential. You can bring me someone without hands, without legs, without ears, and without anything. As long as I can communicate with him, no problem. He will be or she will be the ideal partner. It's not important. All the rest is just lies.
Yes. Yes.
I'll make them the ideal partners by making me not finding fault with them so they don't have hands. Hands are overrated.
Yeah. Totally. But it's such a misconception. So many people I talk to, people that are all kinds of age brackets even, but they all have this viewpoint of this person isn't perfect, and so it's never going to work. And so they really lost that ability to create the relationship. And that is part of, I would say that's part of expanding your abilities. And so many people are missing that.
Yeah. And this is really something you need to learn.
Yeah.
You need to learn those things. This is all things that it's not an inborn ability within you, blah, blah, blah. There is actually something amazing that you have, everyone without exception, have extreme abilities in every facet of life. Extreme abilities. The only problem, they're not willing to demonstrate them.
Right.
The problem is not with the ability. The problem is with the willingness to demonstrate those abilities.
Yeah.
And if you handle why you are not willing to demonstrate it, that's it. You don't need an engine. It's just, are you willing to start the engine? You're not willing to start the engine. So the engine's sitting there. It has 6,000 horsepower, but you're not willing to start it. So fine, let's close you on starting it.
Yeah. You have a Ferrari and you're scared to drive fast. You're scared to even turn it on.
Exactly.
Yeah. Yeah.
You're scared to take it out of the garage.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's amazing. Totally. And that's what you have to learn. That's the whole idea. And because I understand that in an interview, we're talking right now about the success picture. This is how it should be, but there's more to it. But I liked what you said. At least understand that there's the possibility of you being cause, of you taking that on. Yeah.
The basic principle. If you want to win in life, you need to be able to win and lose with the same level of enthusiasm, which means that at any given moment, you cannot consider that something happened to you or that you did something to others.
Mm-hmm.
You understand? At any given moment, you're perfect, which means that you have to know that everyone around you is at least as perfect as you.
Yeah. Yeah, I see
and
that.
Life will change.
Yeah, I see that. Totally see that. Yeah, okay. I love that. And I have one final question for you. And then I want to read all the comments, by the way. But a final question. So I made a video and I posted it on TikTok. And it got like 25,000 views, like 400 comments. And most of the comments, which was very interesting and entertaining, but most of the comments said, it can't be, this is wrong. There was a total, no, it can't be. And basically what I was saying in the video was, look, if you have an upset, you basically need to not cut off. Always communicate. There's an issue or a situation or whatever, communicate about it, and that will handle it. Pretty simple. Now, the kickback that was amazing. People, no, toxic people need to be cut off. Close the door on them. Don't waste your time. Your peace is more important than that. Walk away from it. That was the general idea. What is your thoughts on that?
Okay, let's see. So the very basic principle is to decide what is more correct, to be cause or to be an effect.
Right. We know cause, yes.
Yeah, because if you're an effect, thing will hit you. Dead things are an effect and a life thing are cause. Okay.
Yeah.
So if someone says toxic people, close the door on them, are you actually cause or are you effect? You effect because you close the door on them because you cannot handle them. The only moment that you become cause is if you can handle the other person, not to accept your viewpoint, but not to be upset, not to do something insane, to become cause as well. So if I communicate, the communication is not in order for me to make him into a shoes, like into a piece of rope.
Yeah.
Yes. I don't want to make him effect. I want to communicate with him only with one purpose, to tell him, look, I'm cause and you too can be.
Okay. And if they're not willing, if they're like, look, there's no one to talk to on that side.
It's very seldom. There's 2.5% of people that may be in that position. And even them, if they are important to you, you can fix them. And if they're not willing, it's only for one reason and one reason alone. You're trying to communicate in a situation where you don't actually work in the correct gradient. You're trying to communicate about problem A, where their problem is actually B. Imagine that I argue with you about, let's say, a deal, okay? And I'm very upset with you about the deal that we've done, blah, 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 okay? And I'm arguing with you about the deal. And I'm trying to handle you now. I'm deciding, okay, I'm going to become cause, I'm going to handle you, and I'm talking to you about the deal. But the actual problem is that you cheat me with my wife. That's the actual problem.
Right.
And every time I'm talking to you about that, what's actually happening in your side, every word I say is, does he know or doesn't he know? Does he know or doesn't he know? So we cannot get to a communication. So when I try to solve a problem with you by communication and the problem do not solve, I need to be smart enough and stop pushing and asking you, so what is the real problem? And don't let you go. What is the real problem? What is the thing that actually going on? What are you hiding from me? And what do you mean, Robert? What did you do? What are you hiding from me? And if you are trained in doing it, and if you're not getting part of the argument, you'll see that at one point, the person will say, well, I'm cheating you with your wife. That's what you want to know, so I'm cheating you with your wife. And if you're smart enough and you don't get upset and you say, well, thank you for telling me. I have to go out with her, but you?
You don't. Why? Yeah. But you know, but this is circles back to this whole, that's where, boom, you apply what we learned about forgiveness and apology.
Yeah, exactly. And at that moment, he will apologize and everything will be fine. Because if you try to communicate with someone and you see it doesn't get there, you need to understand there was no one there because he's in another place.
Yeah.
If you communicate and there's no actual answer, you need to realize he is not there. He's somewhere else. He's in the cheating while you are at the deal.
Right.
And if you just realize that, and you will not doubt yourself that this is the issue, you're communicating to no one. If you say, I love you, and the guy say, and you say, look, I want to help you, and say, yeah. And he's insane, and you really detached, and you just want to bring sanity in, you need to understand you're not communicating to him. He's somewhere else. You need to find where is he.
Yes.
Not what he did, not that where is he? How do you
Yeah.
find where it is? By asking him question, okay, what did you do to me? What are you hiding? What is that? Da, da, da. And all of a sudden you locate him by those questions. Oh, I'm here. I'm at the cheating.
Yes.
Now,
Yeah.
once you give him that location, you saved him because now he's out of confusion, and at least he realized he did something treasonous against you.
Yeah.
And things will start to improve. They will not be easy, but they will start to improve if you validate the improvements.
Yeah. 100%. 100%.
So you need to learn this thing. It's a skill. The fundamentals will teach you the fundamentals of those skills, and you will start improving, and life will be beautiful. You will not be.
Yeah, you'll go into this cause position that we talked about, which then you can handle what may come. But that actually answered that great. That really answered that great.
Thank you.
And that covers it. Yeah, so let's go through the comments. I would love to catch up. So, by the way, some people we see it as Facebook user, and some people we see your name for whatever reason on the program. But I see Lorna said amazing information. Then Facebook user amazing, and another said we're laughing face. Oh, well, yeah, amazing with spaces in between, but we don't know who. Bernard said echo effect, and Poonam super powerful. Ashley, Gal, we're on the same page this week. Yes, we are, because we were talking earlier, totally. And if most people say it cannot be, it means it definitely can be. Very true. Poonam, love it. Lines willing to win and lose, same level of enthusiasm. And then I can't see below that. Can you scroll, Abba? Can you see?
Yeah. Really game changer for me. It's a Facebook user. And what if someone thinks it is better to walk away? And I think, Ashley, I've answered that. Ashley, love that. Demonstrate your abilities. Real game changer for me. Another Facebook user. You are magic. Poonam says, wow. Monica says, haha, Mayor, thank you. That's how I'm doing. Yes. And Luciana say, wow, wow, wow. And Bernard say, recorder. And Bernard say, mirror. Yes. Monica says, thank you, Gal. I have a jackpot. Yes, you do.
Yeah, you do. When I was talking, yeah.
And Facebook user says, blonde, funny. Yes. I'm still thinking how she cheat without hands. Okay. I can imagine that. That must be Pedro. Another Facebook user, bulletproof spiritual, love it. What do you mean by force and intelligence? Oh, force and intelligence, I mean that in anything that you do in life, you need plus and minus. When you have this balance between plus and minus, there's no effort, and then anything you want just happen by your decision alone. And it's a whole subject of how you get to that, etc. But that's the general idea. Hello, Facebook users. Hello, Pedro. So it wasn't Pedro, because I see Pedro here. He says, love this. And I'm sorry, I hurt you. Mayor, I'm sorry, I hurt you. I don't know who is that Facebook user. Thank you, but you don't worry, you didn't. Monica, love it. And Luciana, now I got it, and so on.
Okay, perfect. I love that. And then I see here Arjun said, super useful information, but is it that easy to do practically?
Of course.
Yeah.
Of course.
I mean, but
what's difficult is not to do it.
Yeah.
What's difficult is not to do it. Practically, what's difficult is not to do it. If you do 1% of that, it's better than now, because now it's very difficult. Now it's very difficult. Otherwise, you wouldn't even ask that question. The problem that you have now is extremely difficult. If you do 1% of it, it's very easy and it's very practical. And how do I know it's practical? Because I use it every day.
I think just to add to that, I think that it's if you know it, it's easy. I think for you, it's super easy because you know it so well. And I think that it's very difficult for people who don't know it. But you need to know it. I mean, for you, it's like, and that's the thing, in the interview, we're covering the ideas. It's possible. It's easy once you know it. You just need to, first of all, report to yourself, okay, I just got to learn how to do it first.
Yeah. And then in the fundamentals, you'll do all the drills and so on that will cover. Part of the fundamental will be that.
Yeah, I see someone asked, when does the fundamentals start? They start on June the 10th. June 10th will be the beginning of the fundamentals. And if you want to find out how to join the fundamentals program, you can write to me or to my dad on any way you want to write to us, Instagram, email, you name it. Monica Pedro for sure. And Dave said, a relationship is a game. Just make sure it's not a game of chess or tug of war. Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. And Dan Garbala said, you guys are my favorite. I feel I really need to be in communication with you. Thank you, Dan.
Thank you, Dan.
Yeah.
Yes, I love being in communication with you. You're very powerful, very smart, and I miss you. Didn't see you since Dominican.
Yes. Wow. And Arjun said, what is the fundamental? What is the fundamentals? So, I mean, I can explain it, but go for it.
Me? Okay. So the fundamental is a series of webinars that covers all the basics of what you need to know in order to stop the deterioration you have in your life. It applies to any part of life. It applies to your spiritual condition. It's applied to your mental condition. It applies to your business condition. It applies to your marriage condition, to your children. It applies to everything. It's the basis from which, if you know that, you will know that from now on, you cannot go down. You can only go up. It's like the base for the building. Now we can build the building on top. Because most of the people try to build the top level. They want to go very, very, very advanced before they have the top. So they go to study the advanced. They go to all kind of seminars and they try all kind of things, but they're never successful because they don't have the fundamentals. You talk to them about energy and they think it's power, and you talk to them about power and they think it is motion, and you talk to them about motion and they think it's time, and everything is a mishmash and don't really define. And so they cannot succeed. What we do, we put the fundamental. The fundamental is the process of separating the mess so you can bring the puzzle of life. You know, before you build a puzzle, you need to separate pieces that's similar. It's like separating the puzzle that right now it's in a big mess so you can actually start to build the picture.
That's amazing. That's a great way of explaining it.
Thank you.
It's going to be very powerful, and it's fundamental, which is basic, and basic doesn't mean necessarily simple, although it is simple, but simple is the most powerful.
Yeah.
So it's just like, it doesn't mean weak, exactly. So
you would see that the most powerful part of a building is the fundamental of the building, is the basis of the building. Yes, it's the strongest part of a building. Why? Because it's holding everything. This is what it means.
Exactly.
It's like your core. If you go to the gym, it's like your core. It's like your legs. It is a basis of a building. It is the chassis of a car. It is what's hold the whole thing together.
100%. And then Lorna said, for Mayor, it's like breathing, which is exactly the point. That for you, because I noticed it growing up with you as my dad, that you have it. It is that is your core, not physically. I mean, that's, you know, it like it's your, everything is built from these fundamentals. So absolutely. It's literally like breathing for you.
Yeah.
Yeah. And Punam said, wow, amazing. What's that?
It means that it's cigars.
Cigars, yeah. Breathing, yeah.
Breathing.
Exactly. The fundamentals is just a series of cigars.
Exactly.
Yeah. And then Punam said, simple is most powerful. Wow. Yes. Exactly. So that's the idea, guys. And that's it for today. We covered apology and forgiveness so well. I really enjoyed that. And I'm looking forward to the next time we do a live, which I think will be on Monday. I'll double check. Yes. But for anyone tuning in, you will hear about it. We'll let you know when the next one is. It'll be a brand new subject. We need to decide, or maybe I'll surprise you with something, but it'll be something new. It's going to be another powerful subject. So I'm really excited about it.
Okay, great. Okay. Thank you, everyone. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Gali. You're amazing.
You're welcome. You're amazing. I love you. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you, everyone. Bye-bye.